Hello everyone, welcome to Alistair channel and another tutorial in Flutter. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to implement the flip animation on a widget. The way it works is that we have a widget for the front and a widget for the back, and when clicked, these widgets should move together with the flip animation. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get started. First, I create a project called Flutter Flip Card Animation and specify the basic settings of the project. And then I create 3 folders for data source, screens, and widgets. Then I add some images that I have previously prepared for the background and cards to the project. Then I go to the YAML file and add the images URL to the file. First address is for background image and the second address is for card images. And then I run the populate command. And now I create a file called sample data and add a sample of the data I prepared earlier. Then I create home screen dart file. I import the material package and create a stateful widget that returns a scaffold widget. Now I go to the main page and delete the extra codes and add the screen I created to the main file. And I disable the debug mode banner and change the project theme to dark. Now I return to the home screen and create a variable called selected index with a value of 0. And now I'm going to put a stack widget so I can use it to place the project background underneath and the cards on the top of the background. And then I create a widget called background widget. I import the material package and create a stateless widget with the same name and create a variable called selected index. Now I place a stack widget and create a variable to get the width of the page, which is done with a media query. Then I create a size box widget with the full width and height of the page and place an image widget inside it to display the background image. And then I use backdrop filter along with image filter to implement a blur effect on the background image. And after completing, I return to the home screen and import the widget I created. Now I run the project and you can see the output. Alright, now let's implement a list of the cards we need. I'm going to put a single child scroll view widget and put a padding widget inside it so I can give the cards some space from the top. Now I put a size box widget with the dimensions you see. And inside it, I put a center widget and then a ListView.builder widget. So I can display my cards with it. Item count is equal to card image dot length, and I set the scroll direction of the list to horizontal, and shrink wrap is equal to true. Okay, now let's create the card widget we need. I import the material package and create an enum called card type that has two parameters, front and back, inside it. Then I create a stateless widget for card and put the variables you see inside it. Now I add a container widget and pass it the dimensions and margins you see. And inside that, I put a stack widget and then a clip rect widget so I can round the card image. And then I use the image I had prepared earlier for the inside of the card. Since the card is going to be animated by Philip, the card must have both a front and a back design. The front design only includes the title of the films and year of production. And the back design includes a description of the films in addition to the title and year of production. So I designed the card according to the instructions I gave. Now I go back to the home screen, I import the card we implemented into the ListView.builder and pass the required parameters to it. Now I reload the project and you can see the result up to here. Alright, let's fix the problems that exist. The problem is that on the front of the card, the title and subtitles should be at the bottom of the card, but on the back of the card, the title and subtitle and description should be at the top. So I solved the problem. And I reload the project again, and now you can see that the problem is solved. Okay, let's implement a widget for flip animation. Flip card widget. Import the material package. Create widget I need. And add the parameters I need to it, which include widgets for the front and back, a duration for the animation, and a tap parameter. And I set the default duration to 500 milliseconds. And then with ticker provider state mixin, and then I define an animation controller variable and another variable called is front. Is equals to true, and another variable called angle plus, and set its value to 0. Now I override the initState method and initialize the animation controller with the specified duration and set vsync to this, which allows the animation to be synchronized with the widget's life cycle. Then I'm going to implement flip card method. This method is called when the card is tapped. It toggles the is front state and starts the animation from the beginning, that is equal to 0. Once the animation completes, it sets angle plus 2 pi, that is equal to 180 degrees, which is used to adjust the rotation angle. Very well. Now I'm going to implement is front widget method. This method determines whether the front widget should be displayed based on the current rotation angle. If the angle is less than or equal to 90 degree or greater than or equal to 270 degrees, the front widget is displayed. Otherwise, the back widget is displayed. Very well. Now let's override and implement the build method. I will write the relevant codes and explain them one by one. I put the animated builder widget, and this widget is used to rebuild the widget whenever the animation is updated. And then I define the angle variable. This variable calculates the current rotation angle based on the animation progress. Animated controller.value range from 0 to 1. So multiplying it by the angle will give me an angle between 0 and 180 degrees. And then I'm going to create the transformation matrices. I create two variables, transform and transform for back, which is transform variable is a 4x4 transformation matrix used to apply a 3D rotation to the front widget, and transform for back is another transformation matrix used to rotate the back widget by 180 degrees to ensure it appears correctly when flipped. Now I'm going to put a inkwell widget. This widget makes the card tappable. When the card is tapped, the flip card method is called, which toggles the card's state and start the flip animation. Then I put a transform widget. This widget applies the 3D rotation transformation to the card. As I said, is front widget method determines whether to show the front or back widget based on the current rotation angle. If is front widget angle.abs returns true, the front widget is displayed. Otherwise, the back widget is displayed. And finally, I override dispose method to clean up the animated controller when the widget is removed from the widget tree to prevent memory leaks. Now I go back to the home screen and import the widget I created. Then pass the required parameters to it and then implement tap. And I reload the project again, and now you can see the final result of the project. Thank you for watching, and if this video was useful for you, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. I'll see you again in the next video.